gone and what she has prepared for today. Yes, Lynette, you may let me know where you've reached and what you're prepared to present today.
I have just finished sound energy.
You've just finished sound energy.
Yes.
That is very wonderful. So now after finishing sound energy, we shall choose, you will choose another unit that you will look at. But I think you will now look at human health, that is alcohol or drugs in the society, because that is the part of first term's work. Then after that one, we shall look at classification of animals. Okay, so that's it. Thank you. So I hope you prepared something to present. Let me hear from Kavial. Kavial, what have you been doing? How far have you gone?
Teacher, I have not gone so far, but because my friend's mother is a teacher, she was helping me with classification of animals. That's why I have not gone so far in sound energy. She told me I first complete that one, then I continue with sound energy.
So in classification of animals, where have you reached specifically?
I'm doing mammals.
Okay, what about in sound energy, where have you reached?
I've just reached on echo. She told me she's going to help me continue from there.
Okay, but I would like you to take us through something about sound, what you have. Even Lynette will also take us through what she has. And then probably if Treasure's internet stabilizes, she'll also take us through what she intends to present today. Just like that, I'm happy that you've started the classification of animals. It is a very wide topic. I wanted to handle that one after handling this one. But if not, maybe since Lynette has also finished this one, has finished the sound energy, maybe you can start straight with the classification of animals so that we shall be in the same level. So it would be good if Lynette also starts a classification of animals, then we move in the same pace. It is a very long topic that we need to handle in primary 6. So I don't know who would like to go first to present. Kavial, would you like to go first? Kavial?
Yes.
Can you take us through something that you noted down about sound energy?
I just want to speak about echoes.
Okay, you can take us through echoes, then Lynette will come and sum up.
An echo is a reflected sound formed as a result of obstruction of sound waves. Echoes have the same characteristics as the original sound. Smooth, hard surfaces the best echoes while soft surfaces absorb sound. Advantages of echoes. Birds use high-pitched echoes to trap night in darkness. Bats use echoes to dodge obstacles at night. Pilots use echoes from hills, cliffs, ends of tall buildings to avoid accidents. Sailors and seamen use echoes to determine the depth of the sea using an echo sounder. Disadvantages of echoes. Echoes make sound difficult to interpret. Echoes cause accidents and noise pollution.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay. So did you finish also a pitch of sound?
No, not yet.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much, Kavial, for that presentation. She has presented about echoes. That's good. So let me hear from, so you need to complete that work also about sound energy. And now, Lynette, I request that maybe she can also start with the classification of plants so that next time when we meet, we shall be in the same level. Then Treasure and Ambrose, I would like them also to complete sound energy, and then you start with the classification of animals. Now, I first want to hear from Ambrose. Ambrose, good afternoon. Ambrose, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes, good afternoon.
good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm also fine. So you've got us when we have just finished. Kavial has finished presenting about echoes. That's what she prepared to present. I don't know if you've also prepared something.
No.
Hmm?
No?
So, but do you have access to work in the site?
Yes.
Okay. So when you have access to work in the site, please, teachers do not come here to teach. Teachers come and check on your progress, how far you've gone with the work, and whether you've got challenges or not. So every time you're supposed to get your book, get your computer, and then sit down, and then you write your notes systematically. Where there is a diagram, you draw in your book so that you can present in the engagement. You come and say that, today I looked at pitch of sound. I want to present about pitch. I want to present about maybe echoes and so on. Then you present what is pitch. Pitch is the highness or lowness of sound. You continue factors that affect the pitch of sound. You mention those factors, nature of the material, tension, length of the string. You move like that. And then you move to maybe echoes. An echo is a reflected sound while the rest are listening like that, that. So that's what we need you guys to be doing, so that when we hear by doing that, you keep revising, you will help yourself, you will be able to remember everything that you can, that is very important. Now, without wasting time, let's hear from Lynette. Lynette, you can take us through all what you want to present, everything, and then we shall probably call it a day. Yes, Lynette.
Classification of plants. Flowering.
Hey, oh, you want to present about plants? I thought you were completing first the other one. You prepared to present about plants, right?
Yes.
Okay, you can take us through that.
Plants are living components of the environment. A plant is a green, growing, living thing on the Earth's surface. Plants are the primary sources of food to both animals and people. Classification of plants. Classification of plants means grouping plants according to their different characteristics. Plants are classified into two: flowering plants and non-flowering plants. That's right. Flowering plants. Flowering plants are plants that bear flowers and reproduce by means of seeds. Flowering plants are made up of two systems: shoot system and root system. Shoot system is the part that develops from the plumule. It grows above the ground. Flowering plants are subdivided into two: monocotyledonous, and dicotyledonous. Characteristics of dicotyledonous plants. They have a taproot system. Their seeds have two cotyledons. Their seeds undergo epigeal germination. They have network leaf venation. Characteristics of monocotyledonous plants. The seeds of monocotyledonous plants have only one cotyledon. They have a fibrous root system. They have a parallel leaf venation. Their seeds undergo hypergeal germination. Parts of a flowering plant. Flowering plants have both root system and shoot system. The root system is the part that grows in the soil. The root system evolves into a main root, lateral roots, root hair, and the root cap. Types of root systems. There are basically two types of root system, namely taproot system and fibrous root system. Taproot system grows directly from the radicle of the germinating embryo. They are commonly found in different. Fibrous roots grow without a taproot or a main root. They are commonly found in monocots.
Yes.
I finished.
Okay. Thank you so much, Lynette. Lynette has presented about flowering plants. She has talked about plants being grouped into two groups. That is the flowering plants and then the non-flowering plants. As simple as that. So she started with flowering plants, saying that flowering plants are plants that bear flowers, which is very, very true. She also discussed the examples of the flowering plants, and she moved ahead and talked about the parts of a plant and the other things. So maybe probably if you have some questions, you can ask questions to Lynette directly, or if she fails to answer them, I can give the answers. As simple as that. So that is it. So I want to give everybody freedom now. You just do the topic that you want and make sure you're ready to present. When you come here, we shall meet and I will hear from everybody that what did you do? This. What did you do? That, like that, like that. Then you present what you have prepared. Instead of maybe moving together as a class, we can have everybody presenting their own. Like what Lynette has presented, it's good. Cavial presented something good according to where she reached. As simple as that. But I would maybe like to hear from Cavial. Is that work that you've looked at, classification of animals, ready? If it is ready, then you would present to us. Would like to hear what you have done so far.
Teacher, the work of classification of animals, I'm drawing it in my book, like I've not used the site.
You have not used the site. Okay. Okay, I thought you used the site. It is very important because you have the work here in the site for uniformity, so that when you're presenting here, everybody can follow in there, can decide to open that unit and follow. When someone is following, maybe discussing about classification of animals, you can also open that unit and then you keep following so that you see if the person is speaking the right things, like that. So it's okay. Next time I need you to keep also opening the site. That work is there, and then it will help you to do everything very, very well. So that's it. For Ambrose, I don't know whether he has something. Ambrose, do you have anything to tell us?
No?
Okay, but I want you to get in the site, use this time to read. Science is very wide, very, very wide. So if you don't work hard for yourself, it means that you will not be able to complete the work. So you need to get in the site, write your work systematically. Like we finished resources in the environment, we started the sound energy. Some people have finished sound energy, now they are starting another unit. So that is okay. So continue like that. After finishing, you first finish the unit before you write another one. And that one definitely will do as well. So that is it. If there are questions, maybe I can take questions. If there are some questions, you can ask some questions if they are there. So if there are no questions, then I would love to wish everyone a very good afternoon and wish you well. We shall meet tomorrow. Or if not tomorrow, I think it will be next week. So this period of time throughout the week, you're supposed to be doing work, getting yourself ready for the presentation. But you may not even need to wait for the whole week to end. When you're doing work and you find a challenge, please call me. You call me or you send the email. Most of you have my email, you have my contact. If not, you can put in the WhatsApp group and then we shall be able to address your issue. You say, I would like to meet Teacher Ben for science. I have a challenge in this area. Then very fast I will respond and I will tell you that tomorrow, let's meet at this time. Don't wait for me to say, tomorrow we shall meet. Please ask for the engagement where you find a challenge, ask very fast so that you don't forget those challenges. Okay, so that's it for today. I wish you a good day. We are done with the engagement. I see Esther is just joining. She has missed this. Yes, good afternoon, Esther.
Good afternoon, Teacher Ben.
So you got us when we had almost finished. We have finished. Cavial has discussed about ECOS, and Lynette has discussed about classification of plants and the other people. So I don't know if you also have something to discuss with us or not, because we're almost closing the engagement. Esther? Esther?
Yes, Teacher Ben. Sorry. I thought I had muted. Sorry. Yes, my internet has been disturbing, but I'm a bit confused now. So I went through all the work. I remember going through all the work, even looking for where I found. Not seeing.
Did you find some challenges, some challenging questions? Those are the questions we want to address now.
The questions?
When you're doing the work.
I remember having some questions. I don't know. I'm coming back. Maybe someone else can be presenting as a
These guys finished. All of them
I'm
finished.
coming back.
Okay, let's wait for you and then we can listen.
Hey, there is a question that I have here was saying that why Nema tried to put a board on a polythene paper in Uganda. I didn't know what to answer. Are you going? You are off.
Yes, Esther, I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you.
Yes, the question was saying why Nema tried to put a board on a polythene papers in Uganda.
Why Nema has done what? Why Nema?
Try to put. Why Nema tried?
Why Nema has tried to put a ban on polythene papers in Uganda? You simply say to prevent or to avoid soil pollution, to avoid my internet is also not stable. So when they ask you such a question, why NEMA has tried to put a ban on polythene papers, you simply say to avoid. You simply say to avoid soil pollution. I see Kavial's hand up. Please, if you want to share with us. I saw your hand, but it's yes.
I just wanted to answer the question, but
Sorry?
I just wanted to answer the question.
Oh, you can answer still. Kavial, you can answer in the way you know.
No, I wanted to answer that way as well.
Okay. So it is just to avoid soil pollution. That's the reason why NEMA tries to put a ban on the use of polythene papers. Or you can say to prevent soil pollution. To prevent soil pollution. Some people say to prevent environmental degradation. To prevent environmental degradation. Because when you throw papers, these polythene papers, the plastics, the metals, the scrap, and everything on the compound, you are affecting the compound. You're degrading the compound. So there are possible answers that you can give there. You can say, one, to avoid soil pollution. Two, to prevent environmental degradation. To prevent environmental degradation. Because when you throw those papers, they cause a lot of problems in the soil, especially. Then they can even affect wildlife. When animals eat on them, the animals can die like that. So that's why we say that it is a danger to the environment. So that's why we can say, if they ask that question, you can say to prevent soil pollution or to prevent environmental degradation. Okay. Another question. Esther, if you have another question, you can ask. So Esther does not have any other question. So maybe if nobody has a question, then we are definitely going to end. The other thing is I wanted to know if you, Esther, has something to present about what you've been doing throughout. There is nothing. If I can check here, there were some questions that Esther sent through email. If I can get to them, we'll go through them faster. Maybe we can go through these questions. I will be asking you guys to. Esther answered them. Most of them are correct. The first question was, in one sentence, explain the term sound. Anyone who would like to answer that question? In one sentence, explain the term sound. Yes, Lynette?
Sound is a form of energy produced by vibration of an object.
Very good. Next question, list the main two sources of sound. Anyone who would like to answer, raise up your hand. Sources of sound. If you want to answer, you can raise up your hand. Sources of sound. The sources of sound are two. We have the natural sources of sound and then artificial sources of sound. And that's exactly what Esther said here. Next question. How is sound produced? How is sound produced? Yes, Kavial?
By the vibration of an object.
Good. Sound is produced by vibration of an object. Number 4. Give the difference between noise and music. Anyone who knows the answer, you raise up your hand. Give the difference between noise and music. Yes, Ambrose.
Noise is disorganized sound while music is organized sound.
Good. Next question. How does the voice of a human being produce sound?
By vibration of the vocal cords.
By vibration of the vocal cords. Next question. In which way are drums similar to xylophones? In which way are drums similar to xylophones? Yes, Kavial?
Both are artificial sources of sound.
Both artificial sources of sound, correct? Another way? Because there are very many answers that you can give here. Apart from being the artificial source of sound, which other way? How else are they similar? Another person can also say both are percussion musical instruments. Both are percussion. You can say both are percussion musical instruments, as simple as that. Or you can say both produce sound by hitting or by striking them. Both produce sound by striking them. So this is the work that Esther did. Esther said here they both produce sound by hitting on them, which is still correct. But instead of saying they both, just say both. Both produce sound by hitting on them. If you don't want to use the word hitting, simply say by striking them. By striking them. Then why is panpines called a wind instrument? Why are panpines called wind instruments? Why are panpines called wind instruments? Yes, Kavial?
Sound is produced when blown in them.
It produces sound by blowing wind in them. Aha, as simple as that. Then give the examples. Give examples of wind musical instruments. Examples of wind musical instruments. Yes, Kavial?
A flute.
Flute, good. Lynette, can you tell us another one? Examples of wind musical instruments.
Whistle.
That's Ambrose. You also need to raise your hand so that I can see. There is just a button there that you can tap. It will help you to raise the hand. We have the whistle. Good. Lynette, any? Kavial, any?
Panpipe.
Okay. And also, yeah, trumpet and so many others. So that is part of the work that having a lesson now. So that is some of the work that Esther sent us, and she answered it correctly. Let me see here. How would you change the pitch of sound in a bottle half filled with water? If you want to change the pitch of sound, if it is half filled with water, then you can increase. You simply say by increasing or reducing the volume of water. For you to change the pitch of sound for the bottle, increase or reduce the pitch, the volume of water. As simple as that. Now, if they ask you how you can increase the volume, the pitch of sound in that bottle, you simply say by increasing the volume of water. Then if they say, how do you reduce or lower the pitch of sound? Simply say, by reducing the volume of water. But if the question is like this, how would you change the pitch of sound in a bottle half filled with water? They have not specified whether to increase the pitch of sound or lower the pitch of sound. So here you give the answer when it is full by reducing or increasing the volume of water. And that's exactly what even Esther said. Give two examples of string musical instruments. Yes, Kavial?
A guitar.
We have the guitar, the bow harp, and the others. Next question. How does a bow harp produce sound? How does a bow harp produce sound? Yes, Kavial?
Strings are plucked or rubbed against and they vibrate to produce sound.
You simply say, if the question is direct like this, how does a bow harp produce sound? Simply say by vibration of the string when plucked. Vibration of the string when plucked. As simple as that. As simple as that. And then we have next equation, maybe which one? I think those are the questions that Esther sent, and she sent through email, and I saw them, and she answered them very, very well. As simple as that. So that is what we intend to look at today. Maybe we will meet another time. So I want to wish everyone a good day. If maybe there is another question, you can ask within 1 minute. So since there is no question, let's meet another time. We have come to the end of the engagement. Feel free to leave. For Esther, we have everyone is doing their own unit they feel like. So you can also choose a unit. Then when we meet, you present on that unit that you're doing. Like that. And it would be better if that day when we are presenting, when you're coming for the engagement, make sure you first log into the site so that when someone is presenting about classification of plants, you also open that unit. If another person is presenting about sound, you open that unit. If another person is presenting so that you follow what the person is talking about. That's what I want. Next time, it means that you have to log in. When we have the engagement, you have to log in to the site earlier. When we have the engagement at 3, you have to log into the site at 2 so that you can get those units so that when we are discussing, you're opening those units. You're following what people are talking about. Yes, Lynette, you want to say something?
No.
Okay. We are going to end here. We meet next time. Thank you.